Hemp versus marijuana. They're the same plant, but it's what they're made of that matters. Delta 8 is from hemp. Delta 9 is from marijuana. In our state, Delta 8 is legal. Delta 9 is not. So what's the difference? 2 Wants to Know's Ben Briscoe digs into it.
Getting high in Greensboro is a big business. There are at least 9 stores in the city dedicated to selling Delta 8, including Hemp House on West Market.
That's the good stuff.
Owner Waleed Isa is also a realtor. This is his side gig because
Delta 8 is very popular and it's still growing in popularity.
Isa says Delta 8 helped him recover from coronavirus.
I was miserable for a straight 2 weeks, nausea, and I was having a very tough time eating, drinking, anything.
In 12 days, he lost 20 pounds.
It was tough. It was a dark time for me, for sure.
Delta 8 gave him the munchies.
I was very thankful. I'm a type of person that really enjoys eating. I don't enjoy a lot of things. I don't. I don't drink. I don't go out and party or anything. You know, I like food.
In North Carolina, Delta 8 THC from the hemp plant is legal. Delta 9 THC from marijuana plants, the traditional version of pot, is not. That's because of the 2018 Farm Bill signed by former President Donald Trump. It changed the list of Schedule I illegal drugs by removing hemp plants with less than 0.3% THC. To see how Delta 8 and Delta 9 compare, we found someone who lives in Colorado, where weed is legal.
THC Delta 8, THC Delta 9 are, think of them as cousins.
Stephen Bernard has tried both versions after being in the cannabis industry for 15 years. He's such a believer in Delta 8, he runs a Facebook group called Delta 8 Life, where you can track developments about Delta 8 from all across the country.
The experience with Delta 8 is a little more pain numbing, kind of relaxing, more of a physical feeling than a mental feeling. With Delta 9, it's much more cerebral. Delta 9 is going to hit harder than Delta 8.
Like how much harder?
You know, depending on the person, 25 to 50%. You can walk around your house, you can cook, you can clean. I wouldn't, advise motor vehicles or anything. It's not as impairing.
Can it make you feel sick?
It depends on how your body reacts to it. Some people, it's just going to make them go to sleep. Some people are going to just, sit on the couch and eat all day. Some people are going to feel like they need to go to the emergency room.
Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist Aylin Hallett.
This is an image of a cannabinoid receptor on a neuron.
Discovered the part of the brain that's triggered by cannabis. Ever since then, she's been researching the drug's impact on the body to see how pharmaceutical companies could use it.
Both Delta 9 THC and Delta 8 THC work at that same receptor. The only difference is that the Delta 9 is a little bit more potent. That means you need to take less of that drug than you would take of Delta 8 to get exactly the same response.
She says Delta 8 and 9 is not even like comparing apples and oranges. It's more like a red apple versus a green apple. In fact, when you look at the molecular makeup of Delta 8 and Delta 9,
you would see a double bond going in one direction, and Delta 8 has the double bond going in another direction. But the rest of the molecule is absolutely identical.
The only real difference, one is for sale legally in the triad, the other could land you in jail. The Food and Drug Administration wants you to know that the FDA has not approved Delta 8 for any form of safe use. They do say side effects, though, appear to be rare, but there are some cases of stuff happening. Check it out. They've had reports of hallucinations, vomiting, tremors, anxiety, dizziness, confusion, even passing out. And the National Poison Control Center says last year, about 130 people had to be hospitalized in critical care because of Delta 8. Listen to this, one child even died. So it's really important to keep Delta 8 products out of reach of children and pets. Also, Delta 8 can still show up on a drug test, yeah it can, but there might be a legal loophole to keep you from getting fired for it. A legal expert explains on WFMYnews2.com.